Hello, my name is Ariana Smith, and I am here to present my Sacred Space and Monument project. The project, we was giving a site at the Whitechapel Community Cemetery, and we had to figure out what our space want our space to look like. Here are some presidents I chose, which is the politics of urban presence. Here it is the Outpost Cafe by Space Design A Live. Here we have the Church of Joy by the Department of Architecture Co. Then lastly we have our Monument Matrix by NA. Here's the site and the list. So basically, as you can see, the first one is solar paths and winds. The second one is natural features and views, circulation, and noise source. And then basically, we have to go by SWOT, which is S for strength, which is space available for private areas. W, which is weakness, which is heat. O is for opportunities, which is the water. And then T is for wildlife that can pose your safety. The location, which is U.S. This is the location, which is U.S. Houston, Texas, Waller County at Prairie View University. So here are my elevations. The first one is the sacred space is 4,000 square feet, which is the top is the public, middle monument, and then the bottom is private. And then on the second one, it got a little creative, and the sacred space went up to 42,000, and it shows the monument at the bottom this time. And then the third one is the sacred space is also 42,000 square feet, and it shows more depth because it has the top is the public, the middle monument, and then the sacred space at the bottom. In the middle, the monument shows that you can go up and look at yourself in the mirror, because the third one is based on the civil rights movement and looking yourself in the mirror. And then at the bottom, for the public, it shows the middle open, where you can just go inside and go in your own corner or something like that and praise to yourself. And then, yeah. And then I wanted my iterations to be simple, but also unique in different ways of all the iterations that I have created. So here are my themes. I wanted cherry blossoms because it really shows renewal. So the first theme is the cherry blossom cemetery that symbolizes renewal and continuity. The second one is design for reflection and deep connection to nature. And the third one is the serene forest setting featuring cherry blossoms in the way back. You really can't tell, but it's in the way back of the theme. So here's my floor plan, basically showing that my monument's on the left, and then you can see the main chapel, the main church altar, and then of praise and worship. And then on the left and right are the restrooms. Number 5 is the men's restroom, and number 4 is the women's restroom. And then in the number 9, it shows a seating area where you can just chill, relax, do Bible study, everything like that. And then on the one on the right is the private, where it shows more depth of the circle in the middle, where you can imagine the cross or anything like that. And then you can go in the middle. You can go around the sides and pray on your own time. And there's a accessible restroom in the corner. And then the monument, it shows a triangle, which means growth. And then in the line by the triangle is a mirror where you can go into the water. The water's not that deep, but it's like ankle level, and you can look at yourself in the mirror, like how you look, how you perspect yourself throughout the world, or you can change yourself to help better fit for the world. Here are my elevation sections. So the north elevation shows the back of the private space, and then the monument, and then the public. In the middle, the west shows all 3 buildings, left to right, and then in the south, it shows the back of the public space. And in the sections, it really shows the cut of each building. It shows the cut of the buildings and what's really inside of the buildings, should I say. Now, let's get into the renderings. So basically, this is the money shot of the monument space and sacred space. And then my constant words was reflection. I wanted to, like I said, like in the beginning, I wanted to base on the civil rights movement, and then have like a little man in the mirror moment where you reflect on yourself and everybody around you. So in this picture, it shows the back of the public space, which is where you can see like a little like bench tables where you can just sit, chill, relax in the sun, look at the water. Then you have the inside of the church of worship, the preachers in the front, and then you have the people in the seats listening and worshiping as well. And in here are just the public space where you can see people worshiping on their own time with family, with kids, or anything like that. Thank you for listening to my presentation. Now I hope you guys enjoy.